I'm back. So I took a little bit to do the second video because I had some problems. So I just wanted to see how they were resolved before I did a second video. So I had a 4-month plan, so I'm exactly halfway through. I'm on month 3, week 1. My first thing I would suggest after this time is that if you can do metal braces, I would go metal braces, traditional metal braces, and I just feel like they're more acceptable nowadays anyway. I've seen plenty of people with adult braces, so if that's something you can do, do it. And the reason why, there are a few reasons why. Number one, it doesn't change very much in your life besides the physical appearance for the duration that you have them, because you can eat, you can drink coffee, and I'm someone who drinks coffee all day long. That's been the kind of adjustment I've had to make. I like to snack throughout the day, and with braces, the only thing you have to worry about is not eating sticky items or sticky things that might pull some of the braces off. The other thing too is that they're in 24/7, so I feel like the adjustment is more secure. It gives more time for your teeth to settle, and when you adjust the braces, because they go through and they tighten and adjust like about once a month, I think, I can't remember. But when you adjust it, yes, it hurts that first day, but because it's in the entire time and you're not moving it, after that adjustment period, the pain goes away and you're able to kind of stabilize and you don't feel that discomfort on a day-to-day basis. Whereas with these, every time you eat or drink, you have to take them out, and because your teeth have shifted a little bit, when you take it out, it bumps against the newly shifted teeth and it hurts. And then when you're done eating or drinking, that time that it's been out, it kind of reshifts it back a little bit to where it was, and then you have to pop them back in again, and so you're moving the teeth again. So it's like 2 to 3 hours of pain every single time you pop them in and out, which for at least 3 to 4 days. So the last part of the week, it's fine, but then you have to put in new trays in the next week, so that kind of hurts again. So as someone who's had both traditional braces and Invisalign or Smile Direct Club, I would suggest go with those if you could. Now, again, I couldn't do it because I need to be able to take these trays out when I'm doing something on camera or auditioning. So the other part about that too, though, is that it does change how you speak. What I've had to do, and the solution to that is just I take it out about an hour before I have to go in for an audition, or an hour before I have to be on camera, and I have to do a lot of tongue twisters and exercises, because your tongue is not used to the new shape of your mouth, and it may be minute. It's very small. Like the tooth that I want shifted hasn't fully come forward yet, but even those little changes has changed the way I speak. The other thing too is you get a lisp and there's a little bit of spittle, and sometimes you might be talking, so just be careful with that. So that does happen. I had some problems with these because I had bleeding, and that worried me a lot, because when it bleeds, it sits in the tray here, and so it just looks even worse because it's sitting in there. So I gave them a call, and they were responsive. So for anyone who was worried that Smile Direct Club was just going to take your money and never respond to you, they did respond to me. In fact, I gave them a call. They sent me an email immediately, and they had me take 13 photos of my, every single way, and then they sent it to someone. It took them, when I actually sent all the photos to them, because on my part, I was a little late sending them in, but once I sent them in, it took them about 12 days total to get back to me. And they told me that everything's fine, that I just need to use the chewies more often and the emery board to shave it down. And I will say I did that this time, and it worked. Right before I put in the trays, what I'll do is I'll shave down all the top, like the top of the trays here and here, and once I put them in, I do the chewy right away, and that has actually helped a lot. That has actually reduced the bleeding significantly. The last couple of days, actually, there's been no bleeding, so once I put it in, I use the chewy immediately on both sides, and I think that helps settle the trays a little bit better, and I haven't had a problem with it since. I don't have any, it's not hurting my gums or anything like that, except for the initial putting the trays in and out constantly. But that being said, I went on a trip recently to Spain for 2.5 weeks, and it was a pain in the ass. It really was. With braces, and actually I was with someone who had braces, and she could just eat and drink. It was no big deal. Yes, she'd go to just check to make sure there was nothing in it afterwards. But with me, I had to go in, you have to pop them out, you have to brush them every time and then put them back in. you know, it was just a pain, and it hurts every single time. You're like waiting to pop them in and out, whereas you could technically, with metal braces, just eat right away. And if you don't have time to run the restroom afterwards, you can just like swish water in your mouth, make sure there's nothing stuck. And then at night you brush it like normal, whereas every time you're putting this in, this is at least 3 times a day. While I was in Spain, it was many more times a day. You're popping them out, you're rinsing them, and then when you go back in, you want to like brush it, brush your teeth, put them back in. It was just a kind of a pain in the ass. So are they working though? They are working. I can definitely feel that they've straightened out. This tooth, I think this last 2 months, like, is where they're going to be correcting this tooth right here and pushing it forward. And I do feel that it has moved forward. These bottom teeth are straighter than I even thought I wanted them to be. I thought they were straight, but now they're even straighter. So they are working, besides those like minor problems, and that's kind of up to you what you'd want to do. The other main thing too is that these will not correct alignment. So I've had braces before. I've already corrected my alignment. If you're someone who needs an alignment corrected, I wouldn't use these. Definitely go to an orthodontist and see if you can get braces done. But other than that, I will let y'all know when I'm at the end of these trays and show you like a before and after, and we'll see how they work.